Hey, welcome to the Real Raw and Uncut show. I'm your host, Mike. I have a special guest, aka Lil Cousin, Dwayne. How you doing, Dwayne?
I'm good. How's it going?
We're two people down. Bryant had a family emergency, and Mike is running late because of work, so he'll be here shortly. So what we do, we say how our week was. Usually we're shady to each other, but it's just me and you, so I don't know how that's gonna work because I don't have any instigators. But we usually gonna say how our week was, and then we go into the interview. So tell everyone who you are, where you're from.
Okay. Well, my name is Dwayne. Born and raised in Hyattsville, Maryland. I've been singing most of my life. I'm a musical artist, upcoming musical artist, unsigned. I spent a lot of time growing up singing. It's always been a part of my passion. Music has always been like my tune, like my natural sound. It just was a natural gift to me. My mom tells me all the time, she's like, you got it from your mom. Your mom could sing back in the day. I'm like, Mom, I never.
They always say that back in the day.
Yeah, I'm
It's
like,
what happened?
I never heard you sing before, but okay.
Really? You've never heard her sing around the house or nothing?
She would always the Motown songs back in the day, like she was singing.
What did she sing? That's her version.
I mean, she sang, but she didn't sing.
She didn't sing.
No, she didn't sing.
So what inspired you to sing? Because we have a song, your first single actually called We Tried, right?
Yes, we do.
Which we're going to play later.
Yes.
So what inspired you to sing?
I guess for me, I spent a lot of time watching musicals back in the day, like Broadway shows. I definitely would start singing in elementary school. That's where it all started, honestly. My choir teacher, he was really good, very good at what he does as far as his teaching, and a lot of times he would always work with me because I just had this natural gift to me when it came to singing. And back in the day, I used to watch, Dreamgirls. I was the little Jennifer Hudson back in the day that always tried to sing, and I am telling you.
I don't know if you remember this, but it was one day at Six Flags. It was me and Greg, and you had sung the whole Beyonce Irreplaceable in the line. We was laughing at that so hard. So hard. So,
Yes.
Are you working on an EP, an album, or are you just going to put out a single? Like, what's next for the music journey?
Well, as far as my journey right now, I just wanted to take this song because I've been working really hard on it, and I wanted to just put it out there just to give people a feel of what my sound is about. Because a lot of people, they've heard me sing back in the day. I used to post videos on YouTube, Facebook.
And we have a video too from his YouTube we're going to play. You don't even know what it is, but we got you.
Oh no. But yeah, I spent a lot of time, singing to myself, and I kind of had to take a step away from it and just kind of remind myself if this is something that you're really serious about, then this is the year that you finally need to just stop talking about it,
And
stop
do it.
thinking about it, and just do it.
And do it. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in between a rock and a hard place because it's I lost the desire. Over the past 2 months, I just haven't had the energy to write anything. My book was supposed to come out February 14th. I pushed it all the way back till May. So it's I'm just not motivated anymore. I have to get my shush back, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I think a lot of time that happens, when we have our inspiration, sometimes it doesn't always be there. I'll be honest. It's been times where I really wanted to focus and write music, and I would just get so blocked and just immediately just give up on it, or I would write things but never finish it. And so I really had to take a moment and just step away just to get my life back on track, because a lot of times we do go through things mentally and physically. We're all human. Everybody is different in a way, and sometimes it just takes for you to just take a moment away from whatever you're going through and just go out and explore the world and find your inspiration. And that's what I had to do. I joined a volunteer program called AmeriCorps back in 2016. My
touch on that, AmeriCorps. Because you went away for a while.
Yes.
Because you used to be here. You used to be the Six Flags buddy.
Yeah.
That you disappeared on us. We
I
didn't know where
know.
you were. So touch on that.
So around the time, I had a lot of stuff that I was doing. I was doing so many things at one time. I was full-time in school, working 2 jobs, trying to make time for so many things that I wanted to get into. And then, my friends would tell me, you need to just, focus on one thing. And I would always tell them, I don't want to focus on one thing. I want to do everything. If I want to dance, do models, sing, whatever, I want to do everything. So when AmeriCorps came into factor, my aunt was telling me about the program because she works for FEMA. Okay. And I kept asking her, how can I get in? How can I get this job? What you're doing? And she said, well, you got to get some experience. And so she told me about AmeriCorps, and what AmeriCorps is, it's a nonprofit organization where people from the age of 18 to 24 are selected to serve across the U.S. It is under the Corporation for National and Community Service, and what the program consists of is anytime there is a natural disaster around the U.S., AmeriCorps are the ones who assist with volunteer organizations such as Red Cross, Salvation Army, and also FEMA.
Okay.
So when I got into the program, I was actually selected to volunteer as a FEMA Corps. That's what we call it, like a volunteer under FEMA. And so the volunteer program, they reached out to me and they said, we would like to have you join our campus in Vicksburg, Mississippi. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, that's where you were.
Yeah.
That's where you were. I thought you were somewhere like North Carolina or something like that.
Oh, no. So when it came to it, my aunt was like, so are you going to do it? I'm like, well, I guess so. Nobody really knew about me joining it, or when they heard about it, they was like, oh, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't leaving. I said, okay.
So they provide their room and board and everything?
Yes, they do provide my room and board. They paid for my flight, my travel, my lodging expenses, food. What the program does, they give you a stipend. Mm-hmm. So whatever you're pretty much gaining as far as the program, they pretty much provide you with most of your expenses, and they handle everything for you. You're just there to just do the work that's
the services,
done.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how long does it last?
It's a 10-month program.
10 months?
Yes, pretty much wherever there is a disaster around the U.S. is where the groups are needed. We're all divided in different special groups based on our academic evaluation that they give us, like a survey, or they might test us in a numerous of group activities and skills. So they kind of like strategically placed us like.
So you had your and smart.
Well, I wouldn't say smart. But it was more so like you have your. Well, I guess like your team that's gonna go out into the field, your team that's gonna do like the IT stuff.
Oh,
we
okay,
have, like,
okay.
trained teams, people that were trained to use like chainsaws and yeah.
I use mace.
Mace.
I don't use no damn chainsaw.
What does mace and disaster have to do with anything?
Okay. But go ahead.
So when I joined the program, what I did was I traveled to Louisiana for the flooding in Baton Rouge, and that was our very first event where we were like first on the ground. Remind you, we only had training for like less than 2 weeks because it kind of just came out of nowhere, and so we were all just like, okay, oh my God, I'm scared. What are we gonna do? But we came pretty strong. We're a team of 12 individuals. We started out pretty strong, and what we were there to do was assist anyone that was affected and register them for assistance because we were the volunteers under FEMA.
Are you still in contact with anyone from there?
Yes, I do keep in contact with most of my friends.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, they're all amazing people. I do want to say that a lot of times you're not always going to get along with people because we all come from different backgrounds. That's just the truth. No one's going to get along every day. We're not going to wake up and smile like, hey, how's it going? I missed you. No, we don't act like that most of the time. But we are, I could say a family. Like we call it, we use Amera in the beginning of anything. So Amera family, Amera mom, Amera dad. And we had some Amera couples that end up getting engaged to get married after the program. Yeah.
Because they met there?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow. So let's touch back on the music. I want to play the song We Tried, your first single, right?
Yes.
So where can they find it? Is it out yet?
Yes, it is available on all streaming services. You can find it on Spotify, Tidal, SoundCloud, Google Music. I do want to apologize that it will not be available on iTunes as of yet. I have not heard back from iTunes yet. I'm pretty sure that it will be available later on this week. So everyone can please be patient. It is available on all other streaming services you can find except iTunes for right now.
This is Mr. Dwayne. We Tried.
I hope you guys enjoy it.
Never felt so good until you broke my heart. And I never saw the day when we would be apart. It sucks to see two birds falling from the sky, but I guess it's time to finally just say goodbye. Gotta know my worth, leave behind this hurt before I leave this earth lonely. Gonna cry, I'd rather go blind. Gotta leave you behind. You brought this on yourself, can't blame no one else. I will only love myself. your light. All I can say is we tried. I remember long nights when we stayed up on the phone. Then we talked about one day we'd have the perfect home. We felt so deep in love.
So that was Mr. Dwayne. First single, We Tried. Was that the very first song you've ever recorded, or that was just a song that you had already?
Yes, that was my very first song that I recorded. What actually happened is that, like I said, when I told myself I was going to get back into music this year, I literally sat up until like 3 o'clock in the morning. I researched as many beats as I could find, and I finally found the right one. And what really, grabbed my attention with this beat, like the flow of it, the melody, it really, like, I felt like I could touch really deep into like the feeling, the emotion of the song. And so it took me like less than 2 hours to write it.
Really?
Yes, I did write the whole song. The beat was produced by Scarecrow Beats. He's a really good producer. And I want to give a special shout out to my other producer, Sean Williams. He really helped me as far as this process and getting this song together. Like, I had no idea this song would really go as far as the way he helped me create it. And so he did a really good job. He's a student currently at Full Sail University. And so he definitely had the willpower and the dedication to help me put this project together.
So would there be a video for the song?
Yes, I really want to do a video. I feel like it's really worth it as far as creating a video. So that's something that everyone can look forward to.
So are you afraid to perform? Will you perform it?
As far as stage fright, I know that every time, no one's going to be like 100% when it comes to stage performance. So it is going to take a little bit more time, but I feel like I'm definitely building that confidence through my music now to be able to, be at that performance level.
Aw. Well, I'll be there, front row. I'm at all the concerts. I'll be there. So in your bio, you touch on feeling hurt, depression, pain, being mistreated, low self-esteem. Let's touch on the low self-esteem, then we'll touch on the other one. So how were you affected like by low self-esteem? Like, what occurred to make you feel like your self-esteem was low, you just couldn't do it? And how did you overcome?
Okay. So this goes back to like my days in like middle to high school. I definitely didn't have, the most that I could get as far as like the best clothes, the best, image as far as what everyone else would have. And a lot of times you have, the times where you get bullied in school. I was the one that I got bullied in school. And so it definitely kept my self-esteem. Like, it really put me at a place where, I really just sat and like cried. I would think about, why am I living this type of life where we live in a world where people just constantly pick on the little things around you? Mm-hmm. And so it really took time for me to finally just cleanse my soul of all that hurt and negativity. And definitely getting into music was where I was able to tap deep into my emotions and really bring out the best of what I was feeling as far as everything that I've gone through. And this especially goes into like relationships.
Relationships. We're going to touch on that one because I like to get messy with that one. So did the low self-esteem and the being picked on and not having the best of the best, I guess, lead into depression?
Yes. A lot of times I would be picked on in school because a lot of people would call me names like, oh, there's the gay boy, because a lot of people didn't know that, I had been through a lot of things when I was a child. Like, I experienced, molestation as a child. And a lot of times people, they're so quick to judge you, and they're so quick to put things out there about you, and they don't know the full story about where you came or where you come from. And so I don't put that judgment on people that, put that on me, mm-hmm. because a lot of times it's what's invested into them as their their parents or wherever they may hear the information from. It piggybacks. It
starts at home, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and they bring it. So the pain, what kind of pain did you endure? Because you have pain and mistreat. So the pain, where did the pain stem from?
The pain stemmed from struggling with being accepted for who I was. Because a lot of times when I would try to open up to people, I would end up, being completely like shut out and no longer like hear from people. There were times where I've been in relationships to where I thought I was in relationships. Mm-hmm. And then it turned out as if, the person just up and left and kind of just took everything that I gave them and ran with it. Mm-hmm. And so that's where the pain kind of like sat in. And it leaves you wondering like, what is it about me? Am I good enough? Do I do I come off weird, or you start to pinpoint all
Question
these,
yourself,
yes, you pinpoint these insecurities and you constantly like use them as a crutch, and it kind of just kills you as far as the low self-esteem and the pain and depression.
And all this will be incorporated in your EP, correct?
Yes.
Because we need that.
Absolutely.
We need that. So the mistreat. Touch on being mistreated. That goes back to school or
The
family.
I would say school and family. Like I said, a lot of times I've had people that I've come across. Like I get it. When you're in school, they always tell you ignore things. Don't pay attention. You just pay it no mind. But a lot of times I would be very quiet and shy. I would never speak to anybody at all in school, along as except the ones that I feel like I could trust.
Mm-hmm.
I mainly would talk to females because I felt like they trusted
Same here.
me, and so a lot of times you would hear people say certain things, or they would look at you a certain type of way, and you would kind of like I experienced that with a lot of people in school, and so it took some time to learn that people are not going to just open up to you as much as they open up to people that they're used to being around, because I'm very different. I don't really fall into like the many cliques that are around a lot of people. I stand out a lot, and I get it. A lot of times you're not gonna meet the same people. So a lot of times I definitely feel like I was misunderstood, and that's where the mistreat kind of came in. As far as family wise, a lot of times people would just question me. They would always try to pinpoint me to be this image that they wanted me to be, the man of the family.
That they wanted
Yes.
you to be, instead
Yes.
of letting you be who you wanted to be.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to go into your song again on the break, and we'll be right back with Mr. Dwayne.
All right.
I never felt so good until you broke my heart. And I never saw the day when we would be apart. It sucks to see two birds falling from the sky, but I guess it's time to finally just say goodbye. Gotta know my worth, leave behind this hurt, before I leave this earth lonely. I ain't gonna cry, I'd rather go blind. Gotta leave you behind. You brought this on yourself, can't blame no one else. I will only love myself. You can't run nor hide, gotta face your lies. All I can say is we tried. I remember long nights when we stayed up on the phone. Then we talked about one day we'd have the perfect home. We felt so deep in love, it was promising. But now it's in the trash and you can have your ring. Gotta know my worth, leave behind this hurt, before I leave this earth lonely. I ain't gonna cry, I'd rather go blind. Gotta leave you behind. You brought this on yourself, can't blame no one else. I will only love myself. You can't run nor hide, gotta face your lies. All I can say is we tried. One day you will learn, trust is what you earn. Lying will get your ass burned. Leaving you behind, I ain't gonna cry. I would rather just go blind. This on yourself, no one else. I will only love myself. Can't run nor hide, gotta face your lies. All I can say is we tried. Brought this on yourself, can't blame no one else. I will only love myself.
Welcome back to the Real Raw and Uncut show. I'm your host, Mike, with the special guest, aka little cousin Dwayne. Now, Dwayne, you have a C. What's the name after your first name? I asked him earlier. I was like, "How do you say this?"
So my middle name is Senque. It's spelled Cenque.
And it means what's the meaning
I'll be
behind it?
completely honest. My mom listened to her sister when she said, "Name him Senque," and my meaning behind it is that I'm probably the one that ended up being the special one in the family because they probably figured I was going to be the special one, something different.
Special one.
Yeah.
So we tried. We tried this from your EP Unchained. Do you have a release? Well, not a release date. I've learned not to release dates. But do you have a time frame that you want to put it out? Summer.
I'm going to say as far as right now, I don't have a time frame. I'm still working on it right now. I'm definitely going to keep everyone updated with further information on it because I want to make sure that I give the best in this project. And a lot of times, I try to set dates, but we all know things never go as planned. So I'm just going to be completely honest.
Don't I know?
Yeah.
A book for February. It ain't coming out to May.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to record We Tried?
As far as the recording, it took 3 days to record.
Really?
Yes. Just to record the full song. As far as the technical backgrounds and, the fill-ins, the backgrounds, I would say in total it took probably almost 3 to 4 weeks.
Really?
After that part.
Is it? Do he charge you to record? Because recording one song that long has to be pricey.
As most artists know, it does cost a lot
Yeah.
to record. But I will say that as long as you have a good relationship with the person that you're working with, they can work with you on the prices.
Of course.
So nothing in this world is ever
And that's how it
free.
should be.
But I will say that as long as you have that established connection, relationship with whomever you're working with, you might never know that a little bit goes a long way as far as what you give into them. Because if you have something that they can work with and they have something that you can work with, that's how you build
You
that
mesh.
connection and you can create something beautiful.
Like We Tried.
Yes.
So We Tried. I had the question in my head and I forgot already. With We Tried, why did you choose that as your first single and didn't wait until you get like other songs recorded?
This song was so important to me. It was imperative that I put this out there to send a message, to give people a feel, like I said, what I sound like, because no one really knew that I would sing. They knew of me singing, but they never really heard me sing before. So I just wanted to put this out there so that everyone can at least have an idea of how I sound, so I could try to gain more supporters and people see where I am as far as how serious I am with music. So I wanted to at least put that out there so people could at least have a chance to experience this side of me as far as my music.
Well, looky. Who walked in the door? You gotta bring a chair.
Hello. So sorry. It's okay.
Everyone here is Mr. Late, Michael.
Hey, y'all.
So we was basically talking about this is
heard
the
the
way.
song.
Oh, you heard the song? Good. You tuned in.
I heard the song.
What do you think about it?
It was good. We had my car bumping a little bit. Had the windows down.
Thank you so much.
Something other than Tamar. Thank you, Dwayne.
Oh, Lord. Look, I ain't been on here 30 seconds.
Uh-oh.
But no, we were just talking about the song, what inspired them, who wrote it, how long did it take.
Y'all see me sweating?
Me too. I was sweating like hell under here.
Okay, so what inspired the song? Refresh me real quick.
Okay. So a lot of times, I've definitely spent a lot of time in depression, low self-esteem, hurt from my past relationships, friends and family members. And so putting this song together, it really brought out the best of my emotions and what I was feeling. There was a time in my point where I didn't know who I was as a person, and I would always, open up to people. And a lot of times when we do open up to people, they take the information, they run with it, and we no longer hear from them. And that even falls into relationships.
I feel you right here. I feel you.
So we saved the topic because I wanted to talk about, because we want to talk about relationships. I was like, no, let's save that for Mike, because I already know that's going to lead to something good.
Uh-oh.
All right.
So relationships, when was your last relationship, Mr. Dwayne?
My last relationship? Are you speaking in terms of my current or my past?
Whichever one was The last.
Okay, so my most
Unless you're in one now.
Yes, I am in
Oh,
one
see,
right
there
now.
you go. Well, all right.
How long has that been going on?
3 years.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes.
Are they supportive?
Yes.
They are.
Very.
What's that for?
What's going
Support
on?
goes a long way. If they don't support you, they don't need to be around
No,
you.
I agree with your supporting. I do agree with it.
So what about you?
I'm single.
All right.
Now I'm comfortable with being single.
That's all right.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to work on, as you can tell, I have a lot of stuff going on. But I just don't have time for a relationship. It wouldn't be fair for me to be in a relationship because I don't have time for it.
Well, all right.
What about you, sir?
My last relationship was when it was.
When
and
was
I'm
it?
single when it was.
What was it?
It was in the
It's a little
2000s.
empty in here tonight.
No, it wasn't. It was full.
Oh, I missed it?
Yeah. It was.
I'm so
It's a little
sorry,
hot in
y'all.
here.
Y'all just don't know how
Little
much
hot
I
in
ran in these boots and khakis.
At work.
Yes, work has been a little crazy. It's always crazy in the office when you miss that Monday and then Tuesday becomes the Monday.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. Yeah.
So, how was your week? Let's get caught up with you.
How was my week? I went to go see Black Panther, of course, on Friday.
Tell us about it.
Okay.
Your opinion.
Well, I don't want to tell too.
Your opinion.
My opinion. Actually, I'll tell you my opinion. At first, I was like 100% Black Panther, and I still am. But I read an opposing of view on Facebook from someone that was very different. I don't know if I exactly agree with it, but it did make me think. And they said that in the end, it shows African Americans and African Americans fighting each other instead of showing that African Americans rising up against what has oppressed African Americans. So it made me think about it, and I think that's a valid view because
A lot of people overlook that.
Yeah, it was like I was surprised to see that Michael B played the antagonist in the movie.
He did good.
He did.
I haven't seen
He
it,
did
so.
extremely well. Like I've always been like Michael B has been a dope actor, and then like you watch the movie, and you're like I kind of hate him a little bit now. So
Did you see it?
So he did his job.
Did you have a chance to see it?
No, I actually missed it.
see
It's been sold out the entire weekend. I wanted to take my nephews, but I didn't want to get separate seats because that's only was available in the separate seats.
Go see it in Real D in
Most
Virginia,
definitely.
and then you get a seat.
I want to see IMAX 3D.
Oh yeah, do that. Black people ain't trying to pay no extra prices. They going to see the regular one.
That's the only reason why I didn't want to go. I didn't want to deal with the crowds and all that other stuff.
I saw it in Real D. It was full, but it wasn't like you couldn't get 2 seats, 2 or 3 seats together.
Were people dressed up for the occasion?
Not when okay. So I went to go see it in Tyson's, which is predominantly Caucasian and
Yeah.
Asian and Indian. So no, it wasn't a bunch of like that.
Gotcha.
I saw a lot of people dressed up. They were dressed.
They were
up
going
like
in.
for the red carpet.
Yes, they were going in.
For the Grammys and everything.
Being carried on shoulders, throwing rose petals.
I saw a whole what's that movie, Coming to America outfit?
Oh yeah.
Is it Hakeem? Is his name? His daddy, the lion head and everything. I was like, yo, do you? It's
So
gonna
you recommend going to see it?
Hell yeah,
you do.
You have to.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't a good movie, I would say go see it because you have to support African American movies because they don't get made. And that one was. Sometimes when things get made, you say, "Oh yeah, it was good," and then in the back of my mind, I think it was good for African American movies sometimes. But it's rare that you see a movie that's really like
Well written.
well written and has something deeper than all about one topic.
Yes.
It's multidimensional, so I say definitely go see it and support it. And it's a good movie, regardless.
So let's jump ship. Dancing. Mr. Dwayne, you recently released the dancing video on Instagram.
Yes.
Do we have that video?
Uh-oh.
I see.
Drop top, on my wrist, diamonds on my chain.
So how long did it take you? It's like you were sweating, so you must have rehearsed
Oh,
this
yeah.
for a very long time.
Let me tell you something. I am such determined. I watched the video, the cover by Matt Staffiana on YouTube, and I studied it for like 2 hours, and it just came together just like that. Let me tell you something. Now, when it comes to dance, it is hard work. It's not as easy as most people think it is. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears go
That's
into
our dancer
it.
of the group right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes, I do dance. I do.
He does more than support. Because I know they're,
Oh,
they're
wow.
expecting me to say that.
You know,
he does more than support.
I was just thinking about this. I went to the club. When did I go to the club? You
didn't go this weekend?
Saturday.
You went to see Kaya and TS.
I got dragged out to go see it because I was already in DC, and so I had a group of friends from out of town from Chicago visiting, and I was like, why not spend that time with them to go visit?
Was it worth it?
Hell no. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, I haven't been to the club in so long. Like, I don't know what to wear. I don't know, like, do I wear pants that are fitted? I can't really twerk and bend over. Or do I wear some loose and
So you
sweatpants?
twerk.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something you got to think about. But, yeah, the TS Mod is something. I mean, they didn't come out till, like, 3 o'clock in the morning. And they were
But most
out.
of the time, that's when they're
I thought they were
scheduled.
gonna
Because they
leave
want
me out.
they want the crowd to come in and then.
I thought it was going to at least be, like, 1:30.
Well, from the post from one of the promoters, like Kaya wasn't trying to come out because she didn't get her back in, and they sent her to her at 1:20 a.m. and it was just a bunch of stuff on Omega or something on Instagram.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
drama. She was just too
I would have
much.
just came anyway. I'm already there. When I get off the stage, I'm about to have my coin.
Okay.
I'm still come out.
And then it
But
was
I
like
mean-
she didn't want to greet her fans. Like it's a whole like that promoter wrote a whole thing based on Kaya and how she acted.
I didn't go that deep.
And
but-
Joey backed it, of course.
Oh yeah, I did see Joey. Joey was running, making sure that drink was right.
For them, yeah, because he was
Yes.
hosting them, yeah.
He was. I saw him. They both were reaching for the bottle, and he like almost went off because somebody had went to reach for it. He was like, "Don't you touch that bottle?
Really?
Gotta make
Is
my
that
drink."
serious?
Oh, wow.
I mean, he was scooting across that stage. You know, Joey don't run; he scoots. He was
He had
scooting.
his moo-moos.
He's scooting across that stage.
and the moo-moos.
But yeah, it wasn't like they had a bad performance. It wasn't like I didn't see them being rude to anyone, so it wasn't like that bad. It was just, it didn't feel like anybody. I wasn't like, oh, let me get this on my Snapchat real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took one picture that was with me and my friend that went, and that was it.
What did they perform? Kaya did my neck and my back, I'm sure.
To be honest with you, and it wasn't even because I was drunk, because I wasn't drunk, but I don't even remember her. Like, I don't remember my neck. Like, I don't remember that at all. Like, I don't know what they did, to be honest with you. I really wasn't impressed with them coming out. All T.S. Madison did was shake her titties.
Titties. I was about to ask you about this. She bought
That's
her titties.
literally all she did. And I was like, it was cute at first, but I was like, hey. And then I was like, do you know how to do anything else?
Just like Tay Mom with that.
I mean,
The first 2 times, all right. After that, it's annoying.
it was just like, that's all she did. And then she would like stop and she would do it again. And she was like, eh. And people were kind of like, we saw it the first 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't like anything bad happened. It just wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't engaging.
Right.
But how long you been dancing?
Dancing, I don't professionally dance.
Do you want to?
I want to improve my craft in dancing. As far as professionally, I just want to be able to incorporate that into my music as well. When I do my performances, I want to be able to get to that level. I'm not going to say I'm going to be the next Beyonce out there or Jason Derulo, but I definitely want to just improve, all my craft as far as whether it's singing, dancing, acting. Like, I want to be able to, build myself into accomplishing at least one thing.
Well, like what would be? So someone said, "All right, I really want you. I want to see you like dance and perform." And they're gonna ask you, "Okay, so what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, what would be
If you had to
what
pick
would
one?
be your style? What would be your target audience? What would be your day-to-day job that you would want to perform for or do?"
For dancing?
Mm-hmm.
My dance style definitely falls into hip hop. I could say that hip hop definitely, I like the feel of it when it gets to that. I do try to, improve on that part. Let's see, my typical style, I always wear joggers. Joggers are my number one go-to.
I can't really. I love joggers, but I
Yeah.
can't. They don't. My thighs don't fit them that well.
Where you go get
You
them from?
got some baggy ones.
I have 2 pairs. Both of them are from American Eagle. That usually American Eagle
Try
pants
PacSun.
fit me pretty well.
PacSun fans fit me well too. So try PacSun for sure.
But like I try to bend over one time, and it's not even that they're loose; they just catch. Like they'll be loose,
'Cause they're joggers.
but I'll bend over and then they catch something. And I'll be like, oh.
But yeah, try PacSun for sure. Then there's always buy one get one free, so can't beat that.
Yeah. See, we're joggers a lot.
Yes, I actually used to work at American Eagle.
Oh my God! Can you just go back for like let go back for like one day, and I'll come visit you, and then you can quit again. I am not good at hip hop. I suck at street. I mean, I'm not gonna say I suck, but like I would have to really work hard to do a street dance. Like I'm not great at that. So every time, and that's the hot thing now. You don't see people like doing anything with like stylized or classical. Everybody's doing like music videos,
Right.
And I'm just not good at it.
Bring it back.
So
You gotta start somewhere. No one's ever good at where they started the first time.
Video of you dancing?
I have videos of me dancing. They're not. I have one from a year. Wait, it's 2018. Yeah, I have one from a year ago, which isn't really me doing that much. But I have older ones from college.
One show soon. You have to play it. Play the video of you dancing.
Oh,
Maybe
yes.
playing.
We're gonna try to book a dancer, and then we can have a dancing show.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have yet to have a dancer on. We've had everything from me and Bryant, but we have yet to have a dancer.
All my dancer friends live across the country. I can't invite nobody.
I know like 2, but it's like your style of dancing. I don't know. I have to see what style they do.
Like we were really close in school and college, and she is a professional basketball cheerleader now, which was not her. She didn't major in dance. Well, I think she majored in dance at first, and then she switched out to like biology or something. She was trying to be like a doctor, and I look up on social media, and she's on the court, and I was like, okay, I see you.
So Dwayne, if you had to pick 3 artists to work with, who would they be, and why?
Artist how? Like what kind of artist?
Whichever you want to choose.
Okay.
That's hard.
I know it is hard. So I would say the first artist, I would say Brandy. Brandy has been one of my personal favorites. I actually grew up listening to her. I used to watch.
Stop sucking now.
Everybody's sucking.
To who?
Your face, you was like, oh, I know.
Not Brandy. I'm Monica.
Oh yeah, because we know. Ooh.
You don't like both?
I do, but I'm more, flattered
yeah, I know
over
that.
Monica. But I'm going to see Brandy. You should come.
Yeah. So I definitely grew up listening
He
to
said,
Brandy.
yeah, paid and kept going.
No, it's no shit.
But no, she puts on a really good show. You should come. It's at the Howard Theater next month.
Okay, sure. I would love to. Like, I love Brandy's voice. Like, oh my goodness, I think Brandy has one of the most talented vocals anybody could find. Like, I love hearing her, especially her low register. Like, it's something about hearing her when she hits those low notes. Like, it's just amazing. I used to watch her videos on YouTube. She's singing in the bathroom, and I would always listen to those back to back. And I'd be in the bathroom too. I was born by the river.
Okay. So who else?
Let's see. The next one I would say Neo. Neo is definitely one of my other favorite artists. I grew up listening to him too. I feel like me and him would have a nice little collaboration together because our voices are very mellow.
Like what kind of collaboration? Like music, dinner,
Reaching, for tea.
bedroom.
Don't spill it.
Uh-oh.
You're in a relationship. Be careful.
Ooh.
But he's also a good producer. Like I've seen him, like he produced, TLC as well. So I definitely feel like, he can also help me grow as an artist.
He produced TLC, Monica, Beyonce,
Yep.
a couple Beyonce songs, but the most popular was Irreplaceable. So yeah.
My personal favorite.
That she wrote, but yeah. Who else?
Let's see. My final one, I guess it would be Trey Songz.
Ugh.
What
Excuse
was that for?
Excuse me?
What was that for?
What was it?
He ain't take a picture with you at the club.
I don't care nothing about Trey Songz.
You don't like him?
I don't have any issue. I don't have any issue with Trey Songz.
He's just not one of your
He's just not one of. I don't.
Gotcha.
Is it Trey? I always get Trey Songz and Neo mixed up.
How so?
What?
only because I don't listen to their music like that.
Gotcha.
So that's my ignorance. But I listened to Trey Songz's album. I don't know if this was his last one. It might have been the one before his last one. And all the music sounded the same. All the content, all the writing was the same. There was no like. It was all about sex, and sex is great, and that's cool.
Because
And
he's an R&B singer. He's an R&B singer. Heartbreaking sex.
R&B, rhythm and blues. Like
Heartbreaking
you need to do
sex.
something.
He's a sex
It was no
symbol.
heartbreak. It was just sex. It was like
Did you learn anything?
no, I didn't. It was real basic.
enjoy it.
It was real like radio music. Like it was like the radio ready
Right.
music. Alright,
Right.
And he can sing, which is like that is the part that gets on my nerves. It's like he doesn't have to be an artist that does that. He can actually like sing. So it's like I expect more from you. That's all.
Trey is cool. Neo, I was into Neo the first 2 albums back in 2004. The first album.
I
think
didn't
it
have
was.
like one Neo song.
After that, I lost interest. Trey Songz forever will be
Why do
a
you like?
favorite of mine.
Why do you like Trey? Well,
Just
why
the-
do you like Trey Songz?
Yeah.
I like Trey Songz because when I first heard his music, like my favorite one, I Can't Help But Wait. That was like my very first song I got into. Like, I used to watch Lincoln Heights back in the day. I don't know if you guys saw that show.
The name.
Lincoln Heights. It was the
Lincoln
Black
Heights.
Family, and it was another singing dude on there.
Yes. Okay.
What's
I
his
remember. I
name?
remember.
He was dark skinned.
Oh.
He was a singer as well.
I have no idea.
What was his name?
It's so empty in here
something
tonight.
Lattimore. I don't know, but go ahead.
But they actually played that song in one of the episodes, and once I heard it, kind of like stuck to me. And as time went on, a best friend of mine, she had a birthday, and we went to Walmart where he was signing like his CDs for his Passion, Pain, Pleasure album. So we were all waiting in line for like 3
That
hours.
was in Clinton.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Remember that.
was screaming, going crazy. And I felt so embarrassed because when I look back at this, I definitely wish I was, different as far as my appearance. Because he probably like, who is this little weird little boy walking with this little CD? Like when I gave him this CD, it was just like an awkward stare.
Child,
between-
please, I'll be the only
Are
boy
you
in
shy? Are you a shy
mean-
person?
I used to be very shy.
I can
Like,
tell.
yeah.
I can tell. I come from the same place. That's why I know. Yeah, I can tell you I'm a shy one.
His cousin's the same way though. Like his cousin,
But now I just don't
they have,
give it
they
a
have
fuck.
this quiet aura. Oh, now you don't give a fuck, Mike.
For the most part, I'm better. I'm a lot better.
And I'm getting better with giving a fuck.
Hey, look at God.
But it's still here. Zero are still here.
Won't he do it?
Child, let me think about her. Any questions for us? Like, get in our business.
Okay.
I mean, I know you want to know some stuff.
So,
Don't ask me anything. I don't care.
okay. So your book that you published.
But that. Next question.
Nuh-uh.
It's like, not messing
Tell
with
him.
I'm messing with him.
Tell him. Tell
Okay.
him.
So what inspired you to create your book?
The first one or?
The very first one.
Stuff like this, just conversing with friends and always talking about certain topics and stuff, and I will always write. So I just
I just want to apologize for the fact that I have not had a haircut
Child, we all are
in
struggling.
a long
It's
time,
okay.
and I can't put no hat on my head
all are
because I got a
struggling.
What
bun.
is this raw uncut?
Oh my gosh!
But I
Y'all
mean,
see that?
ugly.
Look at the side. Look, y'all. Look at the side. Look at the side.
Child, that's why I got mine in the hat. I'm not taking it off.
Don't talk about me
But
too
yeah,
bad.
Embrace it.
just
Embrace
just always, I like to talk shit. I talk shit all day. But that's it. Just and then I would always buy books like that. So and I always had the writing. So I was like, just put it together, put it out, and see what it do.
Do you ever read books from like Barnes and Noble?
Do I what?
Did you ever read books like Barnes and Noble that inspired you throughout writing?
If someone who I was interested in released a book and Barnes and Noble happens to be the closest place to purchase it, then yeah.
Okay.
Me and my friend used to go to Arundel Mills and sit in Books A Million. We just sit in there for hours, just like going through books and stuff and just talking. Like I like stuff like that, like just little stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
so I'm mushy really, so
But that's good because a lot of times we get so stuck.
I'm very mushy.
What?
For the past 2 months, I've been really mushy, like to the point like you say something I won't even care.
When?
Like right now, I don't even care about you getting close because usually I would have swung.
I ain't never known you to swung.
Ooh, Lord.
I'm surprised you mushy. I'll take it. I'm waiting
the
to see it.
mushy kind.
Have you always been like a bookie, like a book person? Or
Books and music always.
Okay.
Always. Like we recently moved, as you know, And like I had like boxes and bags of books, like
Oh, I can imagine.
and I have a storage closet like in the apartment now. It's like books and music, and I just don't. I have a CD booklet that won't even close. Like it's just it's a lot.
It's a nice apartment.
It's a lot. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I can see
If we
having-
ever have something, I'm sure we will eventually. You know, you guys are invited.
I can see you have like a little library section.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to put that up in the room anymore. But I know I'm gonna hang my stuff on the walls. But I don't know about the bookshelves. I seen one that I liked. It was like a entertainment center. But it was a book library too. But we'll see.
So, what's your deepest, darkest secret?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Just spice it up a little bit. You know, I'm talking about books. I need something to wake me up.
Okay. My deepest, darkest.
You tried it, bitch.
He's just like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him today.
What is it?
Let's
Well, it don't have to be if you really don't want to speak about it. You know,
One of two. Just give us one of
either
two.
your
You
deepest,
can pick
darkest
one.
secret or your most embarrassing moment.
No, deepest
Or
darkest
both.
secret is juicy.
Okay, awesome.
Of
We can do
course. My deepest, darkest secret.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. He is waiting. Let's see. Dang, I would say I've had a lot of fears, but as far as like my deepest secret, well, my deepest secret I've already put out there. As far as like what happened to me as a child, I was molested, and so a lot of people didn't know that about me, and that, as we discussed earlier, as far as when it comes to judgment, a lot of people, they pass judgment on you, and they don't know exactly what you've been through. And so I've had to learn to just, love the hate that people have put, because a lot of times it's not about what they know, it's what's done at home to help them understand as well.
That's very true. I agree with you on that one.
What's your deepest, darkest secret?
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to ask back. You're just supposed to answer.
I mean, it's what is this, raw uncut?
Shoot. Probably my insecurities. That would probably be my deepest, darkest. Would be those.
So what are you insecure about?
Do we got time?
Not really.
We don't have time for
It's
all of it,
Oh,
but
it's okay, it's cool.
most of the normal stuff that most people are insecure about.
Name one. No, you don't have to. That's personal.
Look at you growing.
I told you I changed.
Wait a minute.
I
Growing
told you I
today.
changed. What?
Okay, so your most embarrassing moment.
Yeah, it's about you.
You got it. Yeah, you the guest.
My most embarrassing moment.
And I'll
my
answer
goodness.
back for you on this one.
Okay, my most when I was in middle school, we used to do like these little hurdle tests where we would jump over the little hurdle things, and the grass was like very wet. And I told the teacher that I was not comfortable running in the grass and doing it, and he was like, "You have to do it if you want to get this grade." So I'm like, "Okay." I jumped over the first one, good. Second one, I slid under the third one, and I fell so hard. The whole thing just flipped all over the place. I was so embarrassed. And I was like, oh my God. I told him I did not want
Want
to
to
do
do
this.
it exactly.
And he was like, well, you seem like you're okay. You're walking now. I'm like,
You were muddy. Muddy.
Damn.
in pain. Like, I was limping to the nurse's office.
I wish I
Good
would.
Lord.
I said I'm not.
I can't
doing
even
it.
imagine Mike like doing anything physical like that.
Hate it.
I
couldn't
can't
see Mike
imagine.
doing it.
I can't imagine you
Jim.
even like.
I hate it, Joe.
Everybody, why does everybody hate
Yeah.
Jim?
And then especially when I got to
love
like
gym.
when I got to like middle school and high school and you had to go change. I
Oh
hated
yeah,
it. I would leave my uniform at home
that's
every
one
day.
Of, that's one of the things that like would be my.
hated it.
I literally would get anxiety like horribly. Like I would do anything to skip gym. Like I would go hide in the library.
Now, I wouldn't skip it. I just would
I would like
participate.
do anything to skip.
I hated it.
My deepest darkest secret, well, not secret. My most embarrassing
Most
moment.
embarrassing.
I have a lot of like embarrassing shit happens to me. But so when I was in middle school, I went on this vacation. I went to go see the U.S. Open for golf. One of the good things that came out of that is people thought I was Tiger Woods' son. So like,
Oh, wow.
all of these people, they're mostly not, they're not little Caucasians, but they would come up and be like, "Oh my God, are you Tiger Woods' son?" I would just like, I didn't say anything. I was just like, because half of me was like, "Are you retarded?" and half of me was like, "Maybe I should just, roll with it." So I got a lot of treatment. But when I was there, the last day that we were there, I had donuts for breakfast, and we were staying at this like broke ass motel, and I had 2 donuts. And the golf course was really far from the hotel, so we were driving to the golf course, and it's probably like 45 minutes away. So we're in the car, and it was me and my dad, and then it was my dad's friend and his son. And we're driving in the car, and all of a sudden I'm like, my stomach is really hurting.
Ew. I already know where this is going.
So, y'all, when I tell you, and I told my dad, I said, look, my stomach is hurting. Like, we got now, mind you, the U.S. Open at the year, I think it was like 2008, was in North Carolina. So the golf course is in the boonies. Like, we on back roads. We ain't nowhere to like pull over, stop somewhere. So we trying to make it, to the destination. And I'm like, look, I don't know if I can make it. Like, I'm over here like holding on to life. Like, it was bad. So we get to the destination. It's a big like farm, like like acres of just flat land, and we have to like drive in the grass to get to like the parking spot. And I see like a group of porta potties, and I'm like, look, I gotta make it. Like, I'm gonna need you to park so I can get out and do my business. And we sitting in line, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it. We got cloth seats in this car. I ain't gonna make it. So I jump out of the car. Now, mind you, it's a golf event. It ain't a bunch of us. So I jump out of the car. They already looking. Cause they're like, oh, look at the little light skinned boy. Cause I get a lot of looks about. They don't understand what I am. So I jump out of the car, and I like sprint across, trying to make it. Like, I'm like holding my ass, like trying to make sure to keep it all together. I try to like jump in the porta potties. Everybody's in the bathrooms. I'm like, y'all, please don't make me have an accident out here in front of all these grown people.
Oh my God.
I'm in the thing. Did my business, and when they clean porta potties, they don't clean them. They just spray them with the hose. They just hose it down. You know what I'm talking about? The toilet paper was soaking wet. The bathroom was soaking wet. I'm like, and if anybody knows me, I'm a very germophobic type of person. So I'm in there like, I can't really do much. Came out of the bathroom. My dad's laughing at me. My dad's friend is laughing at me. My dad's friend's son is laughing at me. Strangers is looking at me funny. And I'm just uncomfortable. My light skin, my face is red. It was horrible. It was like probably the most embarrassing moment I've ever.
Well, on another shitty note, we're about to wrap things up.
It was bad, y'all. It was bad.
So, Dwayne, how can they get in contact with you? Social media?
Everyone can keep up with me on social media at Dwayne Senque. That's DWANECENQUE. That is my Instagram and Twitter. Once again, it's DWANECENQUE. Please stay tuned for more updates. I have a lot more coming for you guys, and I cannot wait to be able to share my life with everyone.
First single, what's the name of it?
We Tried.
Where's it? Where could they find it?
It's available on all streaming services except iTunes. Still waiting back from iTunes. You can check it on Spotify, SoundCloud, Tidal, Amazon, Google Music. Like I said, all streaming services.
iTunes tried it because that's where you get your coin, and they're not trying to put it up there.
Exactly. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on with y'all?
But as they get closer time for the EP to release, we're going to bring you back. Hopefully we have you perform on the stage.
Absolutely.
Perform something.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
We'll be back next week with Byron Howard and producer of the show that he's doing now. See you guys.